All right, look, that other one I damn knocked the thing over, but we're going to continue because everywhere you've ever looked, anywhere you've ever looked, because if you really want to see, if you really want to know what true litter is, it's these right here. It's that. They ain't none of them good. Name one thing that's good. Don't say dentistry or braces or glasses. That's all a product. You got to get your teeth clean because of what we consume. Because on here, our whole life, this is normal. That rots the teeth the same way meth does. Children lose their teeth. There should be no child in a free land as free as we are to ever be ridiculed or punished or made fun of because their parents didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Because they were made to be a dummy and made to be lazy or a junkie or whatever. But that shit right there has made everybody junkies. And they keep pumping this shit. It doesn't matter. And they get you whenever you're watching the games because your emotions are real high. You know, and plus you'll be drinking. You're already on these for whatever fucking condition you got, which you did it to yourself. So the brain's already captivated because it's under a spell from sorcerers. That's the source. That's the medium, really. And then when you're watching the game, you're excited, you know, or you're pissed off, but you see them ads. You see it over and over. You know, this right here, you know, these commercials, all those commercials. You know, and I brought this up because you've got these people on the news. You know, I remember the chicks like, I had an abortion and I can't wait to have another one. And everybody's like, yeah. Then listen, those are not even women, most of them. Those are dudes. They're not even human. Their brain from day one, they've been raised to do what they're doing against us because we're a slave race. All of us, every one of us. And they look at us as less than animals. And so they get out there and they mock us. And that's how they get a movement going. Because if you're a Christian, you should know about seeds. Christ. It's about planting seeds. When they come out and say stuff and then the news sells it to the masses, then children or whoever, there's a seed planted in their brain. And then all you do is sit back and just it gets watered a little more and more and more through all this. And then you fucking stupid. You can't get out of it. And that's by design. You know. Look, who knows us more than we do ourselves? And Satan. If that's your thing. You know, but everybody's so drunk and it's like this. What the fuck is that? What are you talking about? Where? On all this shit. And here. And there. And I'm sure some of them's in there. And that's life. See, this means nothing because the more you hear it, the more it's normalized. You're not taught in the system how serious it is for a female, or for a masculine and a feminine to come together. Okay? All it is now is same sex or turn the other way. See, they've already gotten you generationally away from even knowing how important it is. Life is. They have desensitized you into, I mean, you have no idea what you watch every day and what you listen to. This is a receiver. Okay? That's why so many people are against me. It's because they have received shit. Literally. And this is in there. Okay? That's all transmitting. All this is transmitting. And in there, which is the house of God. That's the house of God. What's in there? I'm asking you. You know, I care about you. And that leads me into this. It's crazy to be like, look, listen, 8 fucking years and I've been ignored, been shit on. People that really know me and that have been around me will say that motherfucker doesn't stop. Let him run with whatever it is. No! But that's my journey is to be shunned in this world because my higher power, who I choose to call God, put me through that shit. To be a messenger and to say, listen, y'all fucking better wake up. They've raised us like cattle. But see, what's in there built the pyramids. What's in there slaughtered the Jews. It's what is marinated in there. The house of God is going to be a product of who you're going to turn out to be. And from day one, this is it. And this is fucking, it is sick. I'm out of it. But, you know, they made these. You need to ask yourself, what is in there? Man, these schools, the one in Chickamauga, all these churches have the columns and the triangle awning or front, and then they got the little damn Aries, the horns with the, it's all wrong. Listen, every one of these personalities on there, I know it's hard for you to accept, but remember, from the ashes, you generationally, the brain's never been activated, and when generationally we're born without being activated, the brain slowly it shrinks. And then we're back to square one, right? They tell you that men took us forever to start fire. No, it didn't. Y'all listen. What's on here? Aliens, yeah. Go outside. Go out there. This is the mindset when you challenge someone. Here, come out there and look at it with me. No. That's control. That's mind control. It ain't going to hurt, though, if you actually do it. If you got the nuts to be a man or a woman, or masculine or feminine, to say, you know what, I'm going to look. You know, there's even a statute or some kind of something in Rome, a law, that said if the people are dumb enough to accept lies, then we can continue to lie to them. Yeah. And that's who runs here. This is the Roman Empire. New York. You know, it's the Empire State. It's right in front of you. The Empire State Building. It's not just, it's what it is. Remember, you're in the ashes of, everything's burned down, civil wars and this and this shit. It doesn't matter where you're at in this land. Your fucking morale is way down. Here comes hey, every land we've been in, it's burned to the fucking ground. But come over here, and then generationally. And then eventually when it's time to give you technology that they've been working on how to control the whole world, then they introduce it to you, and then they force that shit on you. Every day repeating it just over and over and over and over and over, and everywhere you fucking look, there it is. They gave you the vehicles and the radio to motherfucking go in it. And they gave you everything you hear from day one. They gave you the newspapers, the books, the commercials, the ads, the billboards, the obesity, the alcoholism, all of it. And you accept it. And seeing out of those ashes came the Industrial Revolution. And by design, orphans and people were poor. When you make people poor, when you make children poor, they can come in. But yet the other ones that are poor, when they see these factories and money, they created the monetary system. So they're going to make you poor out of the ashes generationally. They're going to have the factories. They're going to have the TVs. They're going to have the nice cars. They created them. They gave them to you with the radio. and they're going to make you poor shit, and they're going to make you strive to never live like that shit. I'll never live like I grew up or whatever. We were poor. You, what? We're a free fucking land. Why are our leaders treating you so horribly and you accepting it? That is fucking mind control. That's insane. I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I guarantee you, they'll see you. You're off. Because they know I know. You know, I just want them to know, because I know they watch this shit. You know, there's people on YouTube and other places that are on fire. And all of us, we've got our own little, I guess, piece of the puzzle. Mine's a little more direct, because I'm showing you. Your brain's never been activated from day one. You know, ever. You've been taught to not look up. You've been trained to not look up. And man, y'all are missing out every fucking morning and night. You know, and if you actually do step out of it, of the matrix, okay, you need to keep it to yourself. All right? Because I'm sharing stuff that they know in these lodges. You know, maybe not y'all that just go in there and it's like, well, it's time to have a meeting. We can go over this. The ones who come around every now and then know all this right here. Because y'all are controlled the same way these are controlled. Doesn't matter where you go. They control it all. Just like you've been raised in a system, the same way that our controllers have been raised to, they train them to know that we're a race, all of us combined, all colors of people who will believe any fucking thing that they put out there. And they sound good for the Lord. What are we going to do this Sunday? What are we going to do this week? We're going to look out for others like Paul did. Look out for others' interest instead of our own. We're going to save lives. Who the fuck's saving your life? Look at what y'all in. Where's Jesus at in here? Where's he at? This is, when Jesus talks about entering the temple, he's also talking about entering your brain. When it talks about, and Jesus entered the temple and flipped the tables because of the money changers, that's your brain too. Because you have allowed through all this shit, fake MBA, fake all this, to go in there and think that you're just going to make all kinds of money. And all your fantasies and shit have been man-made to make you fucking stupid and to think about shit that ain't even real and to keep you as far away from God as possible. Throw all of it in there. Animals don't know what they're getting shot when you take them to the vet with. You have no idea what you're getting. All they got to do is get out there and go, hey, look at me. Look. See that? See my house over there? Yeah. And y'all been in that shit since the ashes. It's crazy. To know how powerful that is. I was in all their hospitals and rehabs and detoxes. We didn't have those. That's why it's just repeat over and over, because even if you're indigent or whatever, or if you got insurance, somebody's making money. You can't make money when you know yourself. And see, when out of those ashes came hot dogs, hamburgers, fried foods, 7-Up, sodas, Coke, pills, cigarettes controlled, tobacco, modified alcohol controlled. And it's normal. And I know it's difficult to swallow, but it's the truth. You have no idea the people around you. Those of y'all that work in the counties, in the court system, in the law, in the churches, you don't have a clue. They do. They know I know way more than I'm throwing out right here. Because if we get into the commerce birth certificate, and then I can get into how the church and the court system are the same. They're set up the exact same based on Saturn, which is not Jesus. It's all about money. They created it, and it's all about bleeding the people making them, you have a job, because Satan took everything from Job. What does your job do? It takes your whole life from your family. And they've conditioned you into the man, the wife, and the husband. We got to go work. Let's put, and they grow up in the system. You need to think about how much the system gets of the time of your child. You need to think about that shit. You need to think about that shit. You need to really think about that. And by God, why ain't the experts everywhere? It ain't spitting out geniuses. It's spitting out a product of getting into the hospitals and having diseases their whole life because nobody taught them this or anything. You're made of water. Oh, I don't fucking care. They can't put it together. You're not taught. You're not taught. You're trained. You're not, there's no learning. It's training. It's to learn a system based off of a monetary system that they created to keep you enslaved and in debt. Mortgage, that's a slave term. It's all slave. That's what it is. But from the ashes, and it's a trick. It's a trap. All that money. Some of y'all go to those big churches. Some of y'all that make a lot of money around me. I know. Listen. I have fucking done my damn PI work, and they're around you. You know why? Because they don't want you to get away. Because you're controlled. Because you're a pillar of the community, and they're gonna follow you. They love doing that shit, and they're gonna grab your child if they got some kind of disease or something, some kind of birth defect or whatever it is. And they're going to push that child out in front of that church and say, Jesus loves you, doesn't he? Pastors can sleep with women in congregations and have children. And the whole congregation as a whole will forgive them. Yeah, it takes a very sad and disgusting mental illness to do that. Just to cheat. That means sex is on the mind. People like me, we have drugs and alcohol on the mind, and then that happens, because we did, because it's a product of that. Hell, all the personalities, hell, go fuck around on your husband, fuck him, yeah, look at me, I'm G-A-Y, you can't say that no more, I'm doing it all the time, or I'm trans, I'm doing it, it's like, you don't know, you're from right above every one of y'all out there. You are very important. And this shit has just killed everything. But it's over, though. It's going to slowly come to an end. And it will be shut off. And then you can't your money will not be anywhere. Because it's worldly. You'll find out how wrong you really are if you're still alive. And if I'm gone. You're going to be like, motherfucker. Yeah. You had years, I've told y'all, some of y'all, to you better, but you've been trained. Don't go against the TV. Don't question authority. Don't question God. This is all you've ever seen. They condition like with this and other stuff. But this is a whole nother video. This is everywhere. And it's all in there. Let me see something. Because when the it's not at ease. Does that make sense? The average person here in America's brain is not at ease. It's not at ease, so it becomes at dis-ease, and then that's when they create that, and then they can come in and go, well, you need to go to this right here. We're going to write you a script. Prescription? Script? Boy, they got us on another script, don't they? We should be on scripture. But all that makes us so dumb. The majority of us read and don't even remember it. Yeah, we only remember what we want to, though, and that's by being trained. So anyways, all right, I love you.